Exclusively designed by Nixie Nax Arts, we bring you our second exclusive mat with the colossal Rainbow Neos taking on Red Eyes Dragoon, using both Dark Magician and Red Eyes alongside Elemental Hero Neos and of course Rainbow Dragon. Produced by Venom Battle Gear, this is an exclusive mat only available from their site. You can get this mat both with and without zones, and it can be shipped worldwide. What are you waiting for? Visit venombattlegear.co.uk to get your own exclusive Rainbow Neos versus Red Eyes Dragoon playmat. What's up YouTube, Dal here from Zephyr Games, and they are back. Monarchs are now technically at full power. They have nothing really holding them back on the list. I took them to locals this weekend, I had a bit of fun with them actually. They've done incredibly well. I do have some duels to show you as well, so you can kind of see how the deck operates. But as this is a Monarch profile, I'm going to take you through it. I do have a spicy engine in here, and I'll explain that engine once I get to it and why I use it and how it actually helps the deck out. With that said and done, please smash the like button, hit the notification bell and subscribe so we can keep continuing to bring you more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Now, let's get into the best Monarchs. So we start off with Triple Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. This card is awesome. Now, ideally what you want to do is you want to combo this off with Monarch Stormforth and drop it during your opponent's turn, because then it technically acts as like an additional form of disruption. Now, its effect, for those of you that don't know, is when it is tribute summoned, you can send 2 Monarch spells and traps with different names from your hand and or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 monster with 24 or more attack and 1000 defense from your deck, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Now, obviously, you can't bring out any of your vanities, so if anyone tries to bring you out a Vanities Ruler or a Vanities Fiend, they can't do that. Now, the main target I'm bringing out with Aether right now is the Urbis. The other target that a lot of people do bring out is the Karaz, because the Karaz can't attack the turn it's summoned, and then the idea is that Karaz can pop himself and possibly a Prime Monarch, sorry, and draw you 2 cards. So not only do you then get a disruption, you also then get to draw yourself 2 cards. Personally, I'm not a fan of Karaz, which is why I'm considering taking it out. I don't play any of the Vanities in the main deck, so this can easily become that Vanities monster. We've then got Triple Urbis. I really like Urbis, so good. So again, his tribute summon effect is the exact same. Send 2 Monarch spells and traps with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and then in the same movement, shuffle 1 card from your opponent's hand at random, graveyard, or their side of the field into the deck. During either player's main phase, if this card is in the graveyard, you can discard 1 Monarch spell and trap card and then target 1 monster in your graveyard with 24 or more attack and 1000 defense and add it back to your hand. So he allows you to recycle Aether, Karaz. You can recycle the Vanities should you play them as well. Now for the Squires, the little ones that get everything going, we've got Triple Adia. She is the most important one. So when it is normal, you get to special summon a Squire from the deck, 1800 attack and 1000 defense, and ideally you're going to be bringing out your Eidos, because the Eidos gives you an additional normal summon, and then these kind of intertwine themselves as well. So Adia, if she's sent to the graveyard from hand, deck, or field, she then gets to target 1 of your banished Monarch spells or traps and add it to your hand. Eidos can be banished from the graveyard to special summon from the graveyard another monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense. So you banish this, you bring back Adia. Adia can then special summon out the second Eidos. And then to finish off, we've got the one Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. This is just, again, another way of getting a monster to your board to then allow you, for free, as a special summon, to then allow you to get into one of the Monarchs. Now, ideally, like I said, turn 0, you want to go into the Erebus, and turn 2, you want to go into the Aether. So that's your OTK play and your interruption plays. Now for the spicy engine that is very unique to us. I don't think anyone has ever seen this before. So we are playing the Chaos engine. Now the reason we're playing the Chaos engine is because all of our Monarchs are lights and darks. We've got a lot to abuse. And these are free summons. They're free summons on the board that then replace themselves for the next turn alongside Chaos Space. And Chaos Space is then going to be a draw card as well. So I'll put the Chaos Spaces here. Chaos Creator can be anyone you want. This can be any of the boss monsters, but the reason we've got Chaos Creator is because you can banish your Squires and you can also banish some of your big ones, because we do play a lore. If you were to banish like an Urbis, you could then banish the Urbis, banish Thea, Ether, and then Chaos Creator can then bring it back, so it just helps extend your OTK plays. But then the ones with these is if you've opened up 2 of the big, like a Karaz, or you've opened up 2 Urbus, anything like that, you Chaos Space it, get the other piece, this then gives you the free summon. Another big weakness of this deck is Idea. Because Idea needs to give you, if you normal summon this, if it gets Veiled, Impermed, Ashed, anything like that, you don't get your Eidos. And Eidos is the one that gives you the additional normal summon. So you normal summon this, that's it. If they stop that, you don't get your additional normal summon, which means you're going to be locked with a Squire on the board. So, what is a little bit better is sometimes if you've opened up Chaos Space plus Idea, or even the Eidos plus one of the Monarchs, you send one of the little ones, one of the Squires, special summon out this, and then if you've got Domain, you reveal it, and then go from there. Another really kind of cool play between all of these as well is if you've already banished, for example, if you activate Pantheism, ditch 1, draw 2, and then banish the Pantheism, and the Pantheism will then get you your Tenacity. Tenacity can then get you any other Monarch spell and trap you need. What you can then do is you can Chaos Space, send the Idea. Idea will add the Pantheism back to your hand because it just needs to be sent. And then you can get the Black Collapse. You banish the Idea, Black Collapse, and then by the time you've gone through that combo, you should already have your Domain of the Monarchs, which means you just reveal the Urbus or you reveal the Ether in your hand, drop its level by 2, tribute off the Black Collapse, get your White Wyvern, and it helps you chain block as well, because then you go Urbus or Ether chaining 1, and then Black Collapse chaining 2. So they can't then Ash your Urbus, which is very, very important, and then that allows you to go, cool, I don't mind if I don't get the White Wyvern. But if you do, what you could do is you then banish the Black Collapse, bring down your White Wyvern. If you've got the Mithra, you can get yourself an additional tribute summon. It means you get 2 Monarchs on the board, but then what you want to do is you use the Chaos Space, banish it, put Black Dragon Collapse at the bottom and draw an additional card. So again, it's another draw engine as well, which really, really helps the deck out. And then like I said, Chaos Creator can be used as an extender, but he could be any boss monster. I'm aiming for a monster that only requires 2 banish rather than 3, but if you do want to play like Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, you can do. Then of course we go to the Monarch spells, so we've got triple Pantheism, welcome back, finally. The artwork on this card is stunning, I absolutely love it. So obviously you've got like the dark and the good and all of this stuff. So you send 1 Monarch spell and trap from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, nice, replaces itself and the one you send. You can banish this card from the graveyard, reveal 3 Monarch spells and traps from your deck, can be the same name. Your opponent randomly chooses one. So the idea is the first one you want to go to is Tenacity, because then this is going to get added, and as long as you've got a Monarch, you're going to reveal it, and it's going to help you deck thin even more. But then you can also go for your danger cards of Domain, of your Stormforth, anything like that. Now, you can only use this effect of Pantheism once per turn, which is the Banish effect. So keep in mind, if you actually do get this back into your hand, and you've got another Monarch spell to ditch, you can continue to draw. We've got triple Domain of the Monarchs. Now, while you have no cards in your extra deck, we don't play an extra deck, so you don't need to worry about that. And you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster. Your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. And then once per turn, you can reduce the level of one of your 2800 attack and 1000 defense in your hand until the end of this turn by 2 levels. So it basically turns it from a 2 tribute to a 1 tribute. Now, the biggest weakness with a deck like this at the moment is it needs to kind of go first. Like, the game right now is so fast that they pretty much make all of their extra deck plays during their first turn. So if you don't go first, Domain isn't going to be as useful for you apart from the reduce the level and then off you go. It's still incredibly powerful, and if you do go first, this is a very powerful control version. And then what you can do when you go second, you put in like Dark Rulers, you put in Droplets, and the idea is that you're going to negate your opponent's board, clear them off, and then lock them back under Domain. Triple Tenacity, is a shame this doesn't have like a very high rarity boost. Cool card, like I said, reveal 1 monster in your hand with either 2400 attack and 1000 defense, or 2800 and 1000 defense, and add 1 Monarch spell and trap. It is a hard once per turn, so obviously you want to kind of avoid multiples. Monarch Stormforth, absolutely love this card. The second it came out, this card was so good. So once during this turn, if you would tribute summon a monster or monsters for a tribute summon, you can tribute 1 monster your opponent controls as if you controlled it. So the combo with this is with Ether, is you activate this, make sure that this is obviously the most recent chaining, so this would be chaining 3, Ether would be chaining 2, or you do this at a separate point and then do Ether, and then what that does is it allows you to use Ether's effect to immediately tribute summon during your turn, so you get to tribute summon one of your opponent's monsters and then tribute summon one of your monsters. So like if your opponent tries to kaiju you or try and get you out of the Monarch clock, you then put your opponent back into it. So Stormforth, amazing. Double Return of the Monarchs and the 1 March of the Monarchs. Now, Return is you can't special monster for the extra deck, whatever. But when you tribute summon a monster, you can activate one of these effects. Either add from your deck to your hand 1 monster with 24 and 1,000 defense, or add 1 with 28 and 1,000 defense. Now, I've cut this to 2 because I think 2 is more than enough. And I've got the March of the Monarchs at 1 because ideally, if my opponent's going to target my stuff, I mean, it's good to have it protected. So tribute summon monsters you control can't be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. So, I mean, at 1 is enough. Like, if I want it, I search it. Simple as that. Which is why I also play 1 trap card as well. We've got the 1/1 for another, so basically a 4th and a 5th copy of Yugioh. And then we've got triple Allure of Darkness. This helps turbo out the Chaos Creator, and also what you got to remember is if you've got a Chaos Space in the graveyard and you allure and banish one of your either Black Collapse or Chaos Creator, you can then put it back into the deck and then draw another card, which is really cool. But then of course this helps turbo up, build up the banish zone. You've got a lot of darks in the deck as well, so it's not really the end of the world. And then the traps, double Prime and the single Erupt. So Prime, of course, is what it is. It can constantly bring itself back from the graveyard, so it's a free version of Tribute Summon Fodder. And then Erupts basically negate all effects, all face-up monster effects on the field except Tribute Summon monsters. And then if you control no Tribute Summon monsters, send this card to the graveyard and you activate it if you have no cards in your extra deck and control a Tribute Summon monster. So very, very good, very, very powerful. It's a searchable skill drain, so you kind of have to play it. And that is it, guys. That is as simple as that. This is basically Monarchs. Monarchs is all about, unless you play the extra deck version of Monarchs, but it's all about locking your opponent out of the extra deck, stopping them playing, and controlling them with big boss monsters. So you can understand why this was probably one of the best meta decks back in the day, and one of the best decks to either to be completely built from a structure deck as well. But yeah, I've added in a bit of spicy touches with the Chaos Space, just as additional extension. I was looking at stuff like Magician's Souls, but you're sending your spells and traps consistently enough as it is anyway. So I kind of look for an engine that doesn't rely on the extra deck, that can give you additional power, can also give you free fodder for special summoning your Monarchs, and can give you additional boss monsters and extensions and recurability and absolutely everything. So yeah. This is it for Monarchs, guys. I hope you like this. I have got some duels coming out for you guys, both online and in real life as well, so I will be posting them up shortly as well. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, happy dueling. Exclusively designed by Nixie Nax Arts, we bring you our second exclusive mat with the colossal Rainbow Neos taking on Red Eyes Dragoon, using both Dark Magician and Red Eyes alongside Elemental Hero Neos and of course Rainbow Dragon. Produced by Venom Battle Gear, this is an exclusive mat only available from their site. You can get this mat both with and without zones, and it can be shipped worldwide. What are you waiting for? Visit venombattlegear.co.uk to get your own exclusive Rainbow Neos versus Red Eyes Dragoon playmat.